The big theme that really came forward in these messages is to return to yourself, to your authenticity through remembering. To remember who you are beneath the noise, that divine spark, the ancient soul, the living continuation of all who came before you. When you remember, you begin to live differently. Welcome to Intuition Unlocked, the podcast empowering empathic women who feel misunderstood, overwhelmed, or disconnected from their intuition, begin to trust their sensitivities, find inner clarity, and show up with embodied, unstoppable confidence in their daily lives. I am your host, Olivia Ashley, an empath and intuitive, and I am so happy you're here. Welcome to Intuition Unlocked. I'm Olivia Ashley, and I'm truly so grateful you're here. And I want to thank you for showing up for yourself, for taking the time to listen, to pause, and reconnect with what's often quieted in the noise of daily life, for pressing play and being curious about these messages and conversation. And to start us off, let's all land in this space together. So I invite you to take a slow, deep breath in. And as you exhale, let your shoulders drop, your body soften, and that awareness return back to yourself. Settle into your body, into this moment, and be here fully and present with me. You can continue to take some deep grounding breaths if that feels helpful to reset your nervous system and get you more grounded. Either way, once again, welcome. Thank you for being here. As we move deeper into the season of fall here in the Northern Hemisphere, we enter a time where the veil between worlds begins to thin. It's a moment long honored by cultures across the world as sacred, mystical, and deeply connective. This is a season of reflection, of harvest, of gratitude for all that has grown and been gathered, both physically and spiritually. It's also the time where we can more easily feel and hear the whispers of those who came before us, our ancestors, guides, and loved ones who exist beyond the visible. I really feel that it's as if this shifting season opens a doorway where nature's own transition from the vibrancy of summer into this state of fall and before the stillness of winter invites us to pause, listen, and remember. And this energy really shaped today's episode and intention with it, because as I was feeling into this space, as we're greeting Halloween at the end of this week, I felt very strongly this pull from our collective ancestors to want to share some insight and information with you all. Really wisdom that feels both timeless and yet very present, meant to support you in whatever space or chapter you find yourself in right now, or whenever you press play. So in this episode, you're going to be reminded of the power of gentleness towards yourself and to learn how to release the heaviness that isn't yours. You'll also feel supported in your evolution as you're guided to honor your light, take bold steps forward, and remember who you really are. Before we get into these messages themselves, I want to take a moment to share who our ancestors truly are, who these messages are coming from. Each of us carries within us this intricate tapestry of lineage, from physical, spiritual, and energetic. Some of these ancestors are from our bloodline. They're the family members whose DNA and stories we carry in our bodies. Others are soul ancestors. They're beings connected to our soul's evolution across lifetimes and spaces. And still there are others, such as our star or planetary ancestors, these interdimensional guides and ancient beings who have supported Earth's unfolding long before our current awareness. And their imprints, so their lessons, triumphs, traumas, and wisdom, live in us, not to weigh us down, but often to offer us threads of remembrance, that we are not isolated beings, but we are continuations of so many before us. We are truly living bridges between the past, the present, and the future, and we often forget about that. We forget about that innate power and connection and energy that is always there for us. And so today, in this space together, I called in our well ancestors, those who are healed, loving, and benevolent, to share their messages with us, the things that they want us to know or need us to know to help us on our path and what we're moving through right now. So that's who our messages are coming from. And I hope that you feel them as much as I have felt them around me and with me and here in this present moment as I share their insight with you. With that, I will get into the 5 messages I received. Message 1, be kinder to yourself. If you could only see yourself the way your ancestors see you, radiant, resilient, miraculous, you would never speak to yourself with such harshness. They show me that your self-view has become distorted over time, and they want to be clear. You are not to blame for this. That actually this distortion begins early in life, when you're first learning who you are. Your identity starts to form through the influences of family, culture, peers, and expectations and experiences. And along the way, you begin to absorb ideas about what makes you worthy, lovable, or successful, and what doesn't. And this creates and shapes your self-view. So knowing all that is helpful, and yet your ancestors are asking you to see that some of those learned patterns, especially the hypercritical ones, were never truly yours and are not yours to maintain. They're saying that you've been too hard on yourself, that you're holding yourself to impossible standards, you're punishing yourself for perceived failings, and replaying moments of shame or comparison that are only draining you. The inner critic that has grown inside you, that harsh, relentless voice, it is not truth. It is conditioning, and it's time to soften that lens. You are reminded that you came here to experience your essence freely, not to measure or diminish it. They want you to remember that you truly are a miraculous divine being, that your body, your spirit, your mind, all of it is evidence of the incredible strength and intention that went into creating you and that you've cultivated. They ask you to speak to yourself the way a wise grandmother would, with patience, with humor, with warmth, and unwavering love. To tend to yourself as if you were a child learning to walk, gently steadying, forgiving, and cheering yourself on. Every time you choose self-compassion over self-criticism, you're not only healing your own heart, but you're rewriting your lineage's story. You are breaking cycles of self-doubt and creating new energetic patterns of love, trust, and reverence for the generations to come by choosing this. So be kinder to yourself, however that looks like. Take a gentler tone, be more forgiving, have compassion for who you are and whatever you're facing, and start to really anchor that in. Message 2, carry forward. I'm shown a heaviness that many of you have been feeling in your hearts, your minds, your bodies. It's showing up in different ways for each of you. For some, it's an anxiety or fatigue, a mental noise, physical symptoms, or even emotional overwhelm. And it can feel so personal or so uniquely yours that you begin to believe you must have done something wrong to create it. But your ancestors want you to know this weight isn't only yours to carry. They show me this large pot, this great soup of humanity where all of us exist together. Each of us are our own ingredients in this collective broth, blending and influencing one another. And the energy that moves through the collective moves through you. So the grief, the fear, the exhaustion, the hope, the joy, it all swirls together. So in this existence, you are both having this very individual experience while also being interconnected. And when the world feels heavy, you may be feeling the energy of the collective as much as your own, and it can be hard to distinguish which is really yours and which is that is actually stemming from external aspects and energies of yourself. So the message here is not to take blame for this heaviness or to continue feeling like it's all your fault, but to shift into a lens of awareness. Remember your sovereignty, that you are not powerless under this weight. You can name it, sense it, and release what does not belong to you. You can ground yourself in simple, consistent ways through breath, movement, time in nature, journaling, cleansing rituals, or simply placing a hand over your heart and saying, "What is mine, I keep. What is not mine, I release." By doing this, you reclaim your energy and you remind your body and spirit that you're in charge of both your vibration and your reality. The message of carry forward is not done by pushing through, but by consciously choosing what you carry. Let awareness be your strength. Let release be your medicine. And let yourself move more gently. But move and move forward, to not carry or focus on this heaviness or this weight and take it in and internalize it as it's something that you've done wrong or it's highlighting where you're off path. There can always be a truth and an aspect of that, but that's yours to uncover. What I'm receiving, though, is that there's a lot more happening that is being put upon you from external sources than is actually coming from within you. The heaviness is actually not yours. So do your best to lighten that load, to check in with yourself, and to carry forward with strength and awareness in who you are. Message 3, the great juxtaposition. Your ancestors speak of this great juxtaposition happening on Earth right now. A split between those who are awakening to authenticity, balance, and heart-centered living, really yourselves if you're here, and those who are still operating from fear, control, distortion, and imbalance. And this is not about judgment or superiority whatsoever. It's about this awareness of this juxtaposition. Our world, they say, is recalibrating, that we are in a time where energy itself is demanding balance. And this can be seen between the masculine and feminine, between giving and receiving, between humanity and earth. And these shifts are not subtle. They're systemic, they are cosmic, and they're deeply personal, affecting each of you. For many of you listening, it seems like there's a sense of standing between two realities. You can see what's crumbling, the outdated systems, old power structures, the relationships or identities that no longer resonate. And at the same time, you can sense this new emerging frequency of truth, connection, balance, and authenticity. And yet, the new is not fully formed. And the majority of people are not in that space of recognition yet, which can leave you feeling caught in the in-between or confused about how you fit in and how you show up authentically while we are still within these systems that feel very imbalanced and untrue to us. And that's where your ancestors say, hold steady, stay anchored in your authenticity, and do not compromise your truth to make others comfortable. It's not to override someone or be better. It's more, do not dim your light out of fear of judgment. Remember that you are not here to fix everything, but you are here to embody a new way of being. By living your truth, you help anchor this higher frequency, this more balanced way of being into reality, and it starts with you. It starts with your home and your choices. So release that comparison or superiority or separation feeling. The juxtaposition you feel is not division. It's a contrast needed for this collective evolution that we are all a part of. Light is revealed through darkness. Darkness is revealed in light. Truth comes forward through distortion. We can find balance through imbalance. We have to see both sides and aspects to be able to find that middle ground, that neutrality where we can come together and say, here is where we knit, here is where we weave, and we can make better sense of it. So trust that by being rooted in your heart and integrity at this time, you're doing exactly what is required of you, and that's all you need to do. Message 4, color outside the lines. Your ancestors bring a spark of rebellion with this one. It's a playful, mischievous energy that wants to shake you awake. They say it's time to color outside the lines because you've outgrown some of the structures you've been living within. Your habits, routines, or identities, way of being or showing up that once fit you are now too small. That comfort zone you built has become a cage, and it's time to stretch beyond it. So they're reminding you that this isn't about chaos. It's about feeling alive, being alive. You are changing at a rapid rate, as is this planet. The energies are quickening, and the universe is inviting you to evolve with it. So experiment, explore, have fun with it. Try new ways of expressing yourself. Challenge old definitions of success or stability. Do something simply because it makes your spirit and your heart feel free. When you step outside the lines, it may feel messy or uncertain, but that's okay. If anything, that's good, because growth rarely feels graceful or easeful. And they're reminding me of this saying that I grew up with as a downhill ski racer, where you're on these big mountains, you are all on your own, and you are racing, competing against others. And we all really clung to this go big or go home as this space of give it your all or get off the hill, right? Like if you're here, then show up and do it. Lead from your heart. Be confident and let the rest go. The rest is out of your hands. So that's really the spirit of this message. Not because you need to win anything or risk everything, but because your soul came here to experience life fully, to take risks, to play, to make art with your existence. So ask yourself, where have I been playing small? Where can I invite more play, creativity, or boldness into my life? And what might happen if I trusted myself enough to take one brave step into the unknown? That's where the magic lives. So be willing to get messy and watch what beauty emerges. Message 5 and the last message, honor your light. Your ancestors close with this: honor your light. Not just what you do, but who you are. Your essence, the light that animates your being. That is sacred. That is powerful. Every person carries a divine spark, and each spark has its own purpose. Some are meant to shine on big stages. Others illuminate smaller, more intimate spaces in families, friendships, or communities. There's no hierarchy here with this message. No one's journey or mission or purpose or spark is greater than the other because we are all needed. Your light is your contribution. So your ancestors say, stop comparing your brightness to anyone else's. Stop measuring your worth by visibility, wealth, beauty, or productivity, because these are simply illusions that only dim your radiance. Your ancestors poured their love, resilience, and their very life force into creating the possibility of you. You are their living prayer, their hope made flesh. And now it's your turn to carry that light forward. So honor it, care for it, speak kindly of yourself, and celebrate your unique rhythm and gifts. Let your joy and your intuition be your compass and your authenticity your guide. You can ask for ancestral support when you need it because they are walking beside you, cheering you on, proud of you beyond words. And know this, your healing, your joy, your expression, your creation, your heart are not just for you. They actually ripple outward into your relationships, your current lineage, and the generations yet to come. You're the light bearer at this time. You are the legacy. And so honor your light. Those were the messages that were shared. And as they settle, take a breath and feel into what resonates most deeply for you. Perhaps it's a reminder to be more gentle with yourself, to notice that inner critic and keep it in check, or to keep moving forward with more awareness of what is truly yours to carry and what is not, or to honor and reclaim your light and shine it more brightly. Whatever stands out, that is your invitation for this season. The big theme that really came forward in these messages is to return to yourself, to your authenticity through remembering. To remember who you are beneath the noise, that divine spark, the ancient soul, the living continuation of all who came before you. When you remember, you begin to live differently. You start to treat yourself with a little bit more reverence and respect, and you stop abandoning that inner truth to meet outer expectations. You can remember that your personal journey is the collective journey, that we are mirrors for one another and we are deeply interconnected, and that every time you choose kindness, courage, and authenticity, you help shift the entire web of life and what's to come. So this season, let yourself remember. Remember your strength, your lineage, and the connection with the unseen. And most importantly, remember that you never walk alone. Thank you again for being here with me today and for welcoming in these messages from our ancestors. If this episode spoke to you, I invite you to subscribe to Intuition Unlocked wherever you listen so you can stay connected to this growing circle of intuitive, soulful women walking this path together. And until next time, be gentle with yourself, listen to your inner guidance, and honor your light. I look forward to connecting with you next week. Thank you for joining me on Intuition Unlocked. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe so you never miss a moment of insight, guidance, or intuitive inspiration. To dive deeper into our community and get access to exclusive content, head to my website at www.olivia-ashley.com and subscribe to my newsletter. You can also connect with me on Instagram at wildlyolivia for daily inspiration and updates. Remember, your intuition is your superpower. Trust it, nurture it, and let it guide you. Until next time, I'm Olivia Ashley, and I can't wait to connect with you again.